Good evening. My name is Betty, and I'm working with Dr. Baskin, who had authored the book Uncovering the Missing Piece. I notice peace is something that we're all looking for, no matter what the race, color, or creed. We're all looking for peace, but so many people are looking in a place where it cannot be found. Peace is already within us. The only way we're going to find peace is by acknowledging the oneness of us all. We will not find peace by might or by power. We're not going to find peace by more demonstrations, by more protesting, by more laws, or more violence. We're only going to find peace when we acknowledge the peace that's within the depths of our very own soul. You know, there's a song that's written by Jill Jackson and Sid Miller, and it speaks so much toward this peace. I'd like to share these words with you. The words are written by Jill Jackson and Sid Miller. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our Father, family all are we. Let me walk with my family in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. That is such a beautiful piece, and that speaks so much to this book, Uncovering the Missing Piece, because here we realize that uncovering something means that it is already there. If it wasn't there, we couldn't uncover it. But we're so busy looking outside of ourselves, looking in the places that can never be found. So many people looking to another person, another situation, another circumstances, another opportunity. But like the seed, that peace is like a seed within us, and like a seed that has everything that it needs already within it. When it's placed in the proper environment, that seed begins to unfold according to its unique divine purpose. When we can see beyond the appearances and cease the labeling and the judging and trying to tell people how we think they should act, instead of being beholder, be a beholder and allow each person, like the seed, to unfold in its own due season according to its divine purpose. And let us acknowledge that in all of our ways. When we can see beyond the appearances and see the God in everyone we meet, then we cease to see labels. We cease to judge by racism. We cease to judge by color or by education or any of man-made statues or labels. We cease to see any of that, and we see one thing, that we're all spiritual beings, and we are put on this earth for a divine purpose, and each one is a point of consciousness of that oneness expressing in a multitude of ways. Now, just like in a flower garden. In a flower garden, you have all kinds of flowers, all varieties, but that same invisible source that express one as a rosy, or one as a daisy, or a lily, or whatever the name of the flower is, that same invisible substance is expressing uniquely in all of those varieties. Can't you see the same thing in people? When we go to the zoo, we see the same thing in the variety of animals. Even if you look at the soil around you, you see a variety in the soils, a variety in everything. Who's to say that one is better or worse than the others? Who's to say that one is superior and the other one is inferior? When we know it's all the one source, expressing it uniquely as this or as that one. So when we can see that, we can respect everyone. There are no big I's and little U's. It doesn't matter how much a person thinks that he has. He got nothing of his own. No one can be any place as a loaner. Someone has to be there to assist him. Someone either had to buy the products, they'll either have to trade with them, or they'll either have to share their employment with them. We all have to work together for the benefit of the whole. In other words, no man is an island unto himself. None of us will have peace until all of us can have that peace. But that peace must begin one place, and that is within the consciousness of my very own consciousness. It must begin within you. It must begin within everyone. And as I said earlier, never by might nor by power are we going to get this peace. Never are we going to get this peace by thinking that someone is a majority or a minority. No one is a minority. None of us came into this parenthesis minus of anything. We all came here fully packed, just like a seed, with everything that we need to express uniquely in this particular way. Perhaps we were to express as being tall or short or different colors or different hair or different texture, but it's all the same oneness expressing in all of these different ways. So let us respect that. And if we cannot see that in the plants, as I mentioned earlier, or in the zoo, you can see what I'm referring to in your very own body. Each part of your body has a different member, and each member is expressing differently. Your thumb is not like your mouth. Your nose is not like your brain. Your eyes are not like your teeth. But every part has a purpose. If it did not have a purpose, it wouldn't be there. Who's to say that one part of the body is better or more beautiful or more useful than another? It's all important. So let us cease the judging. Let us stop thinking that, oh, I'm so rich or you're so poor. This one is better. This one worse. You're inferior because of your race or your color. Or I'm superior because of my. All of that is nothing but nonsense. Let us wake up, brothers and sisters, and see the oneness. We are one. In our essence, we are one. Just like water being made up of H2O. Whether that water exists as water in the lake or a river or ice or rain or snow or steam, it doesn't matter. The essence of it is still water. It's just expressed in so many different ways. Can we see that and respect and love each other, knowing that we're all one? We must realize this too, my dear brothers and sisters, that the least that we do to each other, or the least that I do to anyone, I've done it unto myself. There's only one self out here. And when we can see that beyond the appearances and see the oneness, then we can appreciate that and treat others exactly the way we wish to be treated. I say that especially for those of you who think that, well, how do I treat them? What do they want? What do you want? How do you wish to be treated? It's all one. I'd like to share another little poem with you by Franz Salzman, and it speaks on this oneness, this infinite and invisible something or essence of which we're all constituted of. And this poem reads thus: Ever stop to ponder what keeps your body going? What makes the rain fall on the hill and keeps the grasses growing? What is inside a blooming rose that tells it what to do? And what is it that sheds its petals when that growth is through? How does an acorn know for sure an oak it has to be? And once it knows, how does it get to that tree that we see? The order of the universe is God's alone to know. The mystery of life that causes things to grow. I have much to learn, admittedly, but this one thing I see, that spark of life inside that rose is that which shines in me. That was written by Franz Salzman. Such a beautiful poem. That infinite, invisible something that we call life or essence or spirit or soul, whatever you wish to call it. It's not in the word, but it's in the spirit of it, the source of it, the very essence of it. Whatever caused you to be what you are is that same thing that caused the other person to be what they are. And what causes the rose to unfold is the same thing that causes me to unfold. It's the same thing that causes the chick to come out of the egg. It's this, there's just so many examples. But the point is, the bottom line is, it's all one. So let us look beyond the appearances, because these appearances, though they're here, they change quite frequently. But the principle of it, the essence of it, never changes. Just like the mathematics being a principle. You can be in a kindergarten or you can be in high school, whatever level of mathematics you're doing. The point is, the answer is always there and the principle is always whole and complete. It is my and your awakening to that principle that makes the difference. You and I, we must awaken to that principle of oneness, that principle of our true spiritual identity. Then we can see whatever I have for myself, whatever I desire for myself, I desire for all others. Because since we are spiritually one, then when I am in tune with my spiritual identity, I am in tune with the spiritual identity of all of my sisters and brothers around the globe. We're not just speaking in Chicago or in America. We're speaking globally. There's only one. That same one expresses as the sun, as the moon, as the flowers, as the plant, as the person, as the different races. But all of this, we're here to work together, to respect one another, because the bottom line is we're here for one purpose, and that was the glory of that which sent us forth. I of myself can do nothing. I am not better. I am not worse. You are not superior and you are not inferior. We are just one expression, all expressing the glory of the source who sent us forth. So let us recognize that, brothers and sisters, and this will give us the peace, that peace that surpasses all human understanding. You see, because at that human level of awareness, we're always comparing and competing. This one is better, that one is better. Or you get peace if I give you peace. No man can give another man peace. No man can give another man freedom. We were born free. We are always free. That spirit within me has always been free to express. But my assignment is to acknowledge it. And this is where so many of us fall short, is because we're not aware of our true spiritual identity. I am not what you say I am. I am not the label that the world say that I am. I am that I am. I am that divine purpose that's put forth to fulfill a design purpose on this earth, that no one can fulfill this purpose but me. And that's why I have that assignment. That's why you have your assignment. And those assignments may be referred to as gifts or talents. And that's fine, because that gift and talent is designed to make room for you and for me in high places, so we may work together for the benefit of the whole, not to compare or to compete or put one down and lift another up. We're all one. When the I live lifted up, that I within me will recognize and draw the eye of all those who are lifted up. For the benefit of me? No. For the benefit of you? Not particular, but for the benefit of the whole. It's just like electricity. Electricity is infinite. It's invisible, but it's everywhere. And we say that one person discovered electricity, but the principle of electricity has always been here. But someone had to be quiet enough, silent enough. In secrecy and silence, they became one with that principle. And it came through that individual, and it benefits all those who are nowadays using electricity. So the principle of electricity, the principle of gravity, of music, of mathematics, is just the principle of oneness expressed in all of these different ways. So let us come together, recognize each other, respect each other, and when we do so, we can't help but love and know that there's only one power, and that power is infinite and it is invisible, but it expresses uniquely as all of us and through all of us. Let us work together. Bless you. Thank you.